Hello, I just wanted to give you guys some notes in addition to the numbered items. Wes, looking at this transparency piece, the gray is a lovely addition, that semi-opaque swath of gray. However, you know, it's so near to being centered. I think you should go all the way. Now, on the other hand, looking at LA's, the yellow one there next to it, I like her spare sense of asymmetrical composition, but I wonder whether there's just too much blank yellow space. So that's something to take a look at, LA. Now, Luana, there's a lot going on here, and I'm wondering whether some repetition might help you. Instead of having four separate groups of long rectangles that crisscross like basketry, maybe you just want to have two and alternate them. When I take a look at Courtney's transparency piece, I'm thinking, do we have a little too much empty white space on the right? I'm not sure about that. Another matter is the color shapes are exceedingly dark in value, but I think that could work. And then we've got this lovely, very neatly arranged um, piece by Lena on the left, a transparency piece. And could there be some distinct use of space here, depth, that is? Are some of those bars in front, are others behind? Do the purple bars weave through the green ones? Maybe that could be more distinct. Now, Wes, for you on your depth one, I've included these three pink examples. I especially am interested in the rightmost one. And then there's this green and magenta piece. And the only thing I wanted to mention there, all of the theories working okay when you have the darkest colors on a white background. They don't recede as well as they might, so a medium gray background might be useful. Also, observe that the magenta is a warm color while the green is a cool color. And another thing you could work with, although I think this composition is pretty good as it is to let the greens be to the rear and the magentas be forward. Um, now, this piece by Courtney for depth is it's a little hard to understand because the yellow is coming forward. Now the shapes do get skinnier toward what we'll imagine is the rear, but they also seem to get taller, or maybe that's just an illusion. I wonder if the yellow shapes grew darker as they moved back toward the rear, if that would help the illusion, or if the sort of effect of being dipped in green liquid was such that the liquid was darker to the rear. Would that help? Um, so next we've got LA's her depth piece, and it seems that the larger shapes are further forward, right? But also light valued shapes tend to come forward, and so I'm wondering if there's a bit of a contradiction here. Hi, Luana. I think you're missing the opportunity here to work with color to create the illusion of depth. I'd like you to go back and take a look at the online lectures and the other reading for this week so that you'll see how you can use color to create a quality of depth in your design. Now, onto vibration. LA's looks fine. However, could that design be steered more so? The placement of thick and thin lines seems a bit random. And in West's case, I can see that he's trying to get a regular pattern. However, I noticed that in cases, the magenta stripe, for example, is not going right down the center of the blue one. Now, Lena's design is quite nice, but something I want to mention that affects all of these except Luana's is that there is a change in value between your warm and cool colors, right? So you want a warm color and a cool color, and then colors that are close in value. and also colors that are saturated. And that leads me to think about Courtney's. Courtney, is your violet saturated or is that a shade of violet? And with Luana, like I was saying to Wes and LA, I think that there are elements that can be neatened up. For instance, those blue stripes down the middle, the narrow ones, do not all seem to be centered. So I'd say give your design a decidedly random look or make it exactingly neat. One last thing I'll say about your design here is that you've got, um, what, yellow, red, green, and some of that green has been made to be semi-transparent, which is creating even more colors. Generally, vibration effects are going to be greatest when you just have a couple of colors